If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or any cheap PC games, use the referral link in the description. It will take you over to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods, and if you use the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well. Hey guys, how's it going? Chez back again, and welcome to episode number 11 of the Valencia Career Mode series here on FIFA 16. We start with a home game at the Estadio Mestalla against Las Palmas. Now, they're not the best of sides in the division, recently come up from the Liga Adelante, but we played them in pre-season in another series, and they actually gave us a pretty tough game. So I know not to get too complacent here against Las Palmas, because they can score a couple of good quality goals and or get us get a victory against us. So I went into this one knowing that it would be a pretty difficult game, regardless of the fact we're at home with a strong 11. So I wanted to make sure that we came out with a good performance and a good result to boot. But they start on the front foot actually. Araujo gets played through here, lays it across to Gomez, who tries to just bend it into that top corner, but it's almost played behind him as the ball comes into him. You see from the replay, he gets his feet caught up, but just gets to stub at it with the instep, and it almost, to be fair, whips into that top corner. It wasn't that far away, and a few minutes later they were having another chance. David Simon comes in towards the central area, skips past a couple of challenges, helped quickly on its way by the man in the middle to Araujo, and he too scuffs at his shot, and it goes just wide. Wakaso though into Araujo, into the middle, continuing to be on top here. Roque in the box, turns past one, whips it across. Abdennour gets it out though to Feghouli. Feghouli, terrible pass looking for Thiago. Javi Castellao into Gomez, and well, how is that for a finish? Whipped into the far top corner after 38 minutes. Las Palmas proving that they are as tough a test as we thought they might be. Making a couple of changes on the hour mark. We didn't have any chances in that first half. They were ridiculously strong. Unfortunately for them though, from a free kick, Mustafi was too strong himself in the air. Really powerful header to get us back on level terms. About 10 minutes from time, about 5 minutes after those, or 5 to 10 minutes after those changes were made. Really good header from Mustafi. Pleased with that. Back on level terms. Could we get ourselves a winner though, or were Las Palmas going to go back up the other end and get themselves a goal? Thiago gets caught in possession here. Araujo plays it back to the man that tackled him, but Diego Alves shows good handling to pluck the ball out of the air there as it was headed towards the top corner. Las Palmas not happy having been pulled back. They want to push for an away win. We're going to have another chance to at the other end. Paco Alcacer gets around the defender. Good turn. He tries to arc it into the far top corner with his left foot. Again, similar to Las Palmas' first chance, kind of digging it out of his feet with his left foot. The wrong thing to do. I didn't want him to do that. I wanted him to try and lash it with his laces on his right-hand side across goal. Didn't happen, but as you can see from the stats there, Las Palmas deserved at least the point that they got away from home at the Mestalla, so I wanted to bounce back if we possibly could against the side that are right above us in the league. It's second versus fourth. If you were expecting us to, or I would have expected us to get a good victory against Las Palmas and then maybe struggle against Sevilla, but we've already struggled against Las Palmas, so I was pretty nervous coming into this game against Sevilla, albeit, still confident in the side to be able to get a result. But we've got Kevin Gamero up top, Conor Plianca out wide, playing Esteban Granero, what am I even on about? Ava Banega at Cam, who's formerly of Valencia, of course. We're starting still a strong side, the same side that played against Las Palmas, in fairness. Andre Gomez, Tani Parejo and Thiago in the midfield with Paco Alcacer, Rodrigo and Feghouli out wide on the right-hand side. Feghouli now obviously having signed a new contract at the club, confirmed he's staying, or at least staying longer than the January transfer window where he was probably going to leave on a pre-contract. But we get off to a great start here, and that really settled my nerves. Whilst I was confident of getting a good result here, it was apprehensive confidence where I was still a little bit nervy of getting caught on the counter or just not being able to have a very good performance. But Paco's not done too much for us this season, but he turns up there in the 3rd minute with a really nice finish on his left hand side into the back of the net. We're 1-0 up after 3 minutes. They're on the attack though after 7. Mariano here gets a nice turn on the midfielder into Jose Antonio Reyes, and he, with a very powerful left footed shot, actually draws a good save at Diego Alves. We stay 1-0 in front for now. And just after that, or just before, sorry, the half-hour mark, Jose Gaya shows great strength there to hold off Steven Nzonzi. There's a big difference in height, strength, and just general size of person between Jose Gaya and Steven Nzonzi, but the wing-back does really well. The ball eventually ends up with Paco Alcacer, and again, he makes a very, very good turn and a top-quality finish as well to make it 2-0 just after the half-hour mark. And we're still only a couple of minutes after that when the next chance is going to come along. Feghouli been a thorn in their side on the right-hand side for the entirety of this game so far, and they can't cope with his dribbling skills. Tremolinas eventually is able to outmuscle him and get the ball off him. We're still not done for the first half. Dani Parejo with a free kick, long way out, but keeper is drawn into a good save there, Beto, to keep it at just 2-0 as we headed into the second half. Quite deep in the second half as well, 20 minutes still to go when the next chance comes along. Tremolinas gets caught in possession by Feghouli, who's playing out of this world in this game, into Paco, who also had been having a fantastic game here. Couldn't decide which way to turn there. In the end, went back to Dani Parejo. Space opens up for Thiago. Brilliant feat to turn inside the defender. With a top quality save by Beto as we looked for a third, weren't able to get it. So a couple of changes to be made. Enzo Perez comes on for Andre Gomez, and Hugo Mayo was actually blowing a little bit, so he brought on João Cancelo at right back. Enzo Perez involved immediately out to Feghouli here, who again was heavily involved. A little bit of skill, maybe a little bit unnecessary, but still getting past Tremolinas into João Cancelo, who's just come on as well, but the right back shot is well blocked and Sevilla work it clear. Both substitutes immediately involved in the action. We pushed a lot of men forward here, as you could see, but we were able to pick the ball back off. Then Rodrigo plays it into Jose Gaya. For some reason my left back was pushed all the way in at a cam position. Thiago with a great first touch, past the defender, shot well blocked by Adil Rami there as we were trying to have the shot. Again, another former Valencia player. They kind of catch me on the counter-attack here though. Ava Menega into Kukoviak. Really nice ball across to Gael Kakuta. Knocks it down to Ciro Immobile. He came on as a substitute as well, but his shot was straight at Diego Alves. Pretty simple save, but we get ourselves a 2-0 victory against the side that were 2 spaces above us in the league. So after a really disappointing game against Las Palmas, I was delighted with the way that the side responded, and we were able to pick up a solid victory by 2-0 away from home against Sevilla, who were an extremely strong side and was sat second in the table. So pleased overall with 4 points from the episode. I would have expected it maybe to be the other way around, with a win at home against Las Palmas and a draw away from home against Sevilla, but you know, we'll take it. We still got the expected points haul from those 2 games that we were hoping for. So, as you can see in the background, we're doing a squad report right now, as we always do on a Monday. If you want to pause the video at any point and have a look at any particular player's individual stats, then feel free to do so. A lot of players growing quite nicely. Thiago growing really well on an individual stat basis, but not up overall at all, which is weird. Whereas Paco not growing too much individually, but overall grown up by 2. Only got 5 goals in 14, and including 2 in the previous one, so only technically 2 goals in 13 for Paco. But nice to see that he turned up today, and hopefully that's a sign of things to come. As he improves overall, maybe he'll start to improve in overall performance as well when it comes to on the pitch. Some of the youngsters are growing quite nicely despite the fact that they're not playing or being trained, which is weird, but still, we'll take it. The more people grow, the more money we can get for them in the transfer market, or more likely people are to come in and get them out on loan, or the better they'll perform should we have an injury crisis at the club. But a couple of players that are currently in on loan, like Danilo, I'm perhaps looking to make permanent next season. And there are a couple of players that are out on loan that I'd probably be open to selling on next year, like Yoel, Salva Ruiz and Cartavia, etc. Ibanez I'm contemplating keeping, same as Nando, might send them back out on loan, in fact, next season. And Fran Villalba is a player that in real life has actually been impressive in La Liga this season, but he's out on loan this year here from Valencia in this particular career mode. But next up we have another Champions League game, and we'll do our best to try and continue our half-decent form in that competition. We are now above Sevilla. We leapfrog them up into 3rd. They drop from 2nd to 4th. Barca are top by a point, but Atleti have a game in hand, and Real, despite losing 4 games, are starting to close the gap to those of us in the top 3. They're only 5 points behind myself and Atleti now, and 6 behind Barcelona. So we'll wait and see what happens in Atleti's extra game. Hopefully they'll lose it, although they are still undefeated for the season so far. So Perhaps not expecting them to lose, but it would be nice if they could drop some points to keep them within touching distance of us in third. But really pleased with how the season is going so far, and hopefully that can continue, and we'll finish strongly in the top 4 and maybe push for the league title. But that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you haven't already. As always, there's plenty of content going up on the channel twice daily FIFA-wise, and the stream footage has gone up earlier on this morning as well, so check that out, and there'll be a career mode RTG video later on tonight as well, as it's Monday. So that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.